that it wasn't releasing attendance. So let's not see. Actually, so I'm done with the attendance and let's talk about the things that we have on our Google Classroom first. There is there is an assignment. Yes, there is a quiz. So I've put up a quiz and I've there is one assignment and one review report. So these are due in the due date DV lab, basic and arithmetic. So I've posted some lectures as well, giving you some material on reviewing article. We'll share some more links as well on that. So we are going to actually summarize, or we can say kind of revise the whole course today, because we might not have another class. Sample for the review report. Okay, I'll share a sample as well. If first thing first, let's first discuss how are we going to take the final exam, because the final exam is going to be held in June, and what should we add in the report? Okay, we'll discuss this. So in the for the final exam, we are going to have the exam in June. Most probably, we are going to have them online, in which you are going to get 3 hours. We may be getting a case study for that, and we might be getting an MCQs or some mix of this, and you will be given a time frame in which you can attempt these questions. So it will be an online exam, most probably. The timing has not been decided yet, but it will be in June sometime. And the eligibility for the exams, as I told you, is you have to submit half of the assignments and the quizzes at least. There is no requirement for attendance, but you have to submit the assignment and quizzes. Now, this is very concerning for some students, because some of the students have not submitted the last quiz and the assignments. So I'm not sure what they really want. For example, the last quiz, their 11 students have not submitted the quiz. The assignment, the first assignment, 17 have not submitted. And then we have these 3 new ones that you have to submit by May 28 and June 7. So a lot of people will be in trouble if they do not submit the assignment on time. I'll try to actually have a case study based exam, because that is what I would like for my students, but I'm not sure, so I have to discuss this with the other section, and then we can come to a consensus on how we are going to take the exam. For the time being, you should know that it is most probably going to be an online exam, in which a case study or multiple choice questions will come. The course outline has been shared with you, and you have studied all of the things. If there is any topic that is left and other sections have covered it, then I will share those topics with you before the event, just in case you have any reason. So that is about the final exam. Now about the review report, what heads should we add in the review report? I've given you something about how to write a review article, and it gives you all of the things. But let's just simply, whenever you are reviewing a research paper, so what you do is that you simply firstly write a summary. Obviously, you cannot write a summary before you write the whole report, but it starts with the summary. So you can write the summary later, then put it at first. Whenever you are reviewing a research paper, what you do is that you see what the research paper is main category about. So in the first you write an introduction, what the main research paper or research papers that you have selected, because you are going to consolidate the learnings of 3 research papers. So first we will will say that these are the 3 research papers that I am reviewing, and these are the heads, and you mention all these 3 in their topics, their authors, their publications, whatever it is, the journals that they have been published in. So that is the first introduction. Then you talk a bit about the main topic, what it is. For example, you are talking about demographics. You are talking about segmentation. So you have taken 3 research papers that are related to segmentation. So you talk about segmentation, what segmentation is, what are the different methods of segmentation. Just a paragraph on it is enough. About 100-200 words would be enough. So you write just a bit about what the topic is, mainly the core topic that is covered in all 3 of the research papers. And then you talk about, then you start talking about the review of the first. So you take up the first paper, and you evaluate, mainly you have to evaluate 3 things. Number 1, what its conceptual framework is. Number 2, what methodology it used. And number 3, what were the results, what were the findings. So mainly you have to talk about 3 things. Again, the conceptual framework or the theoretical framework used in it. The second, the methodology, and the third is the findings. Now, when you are talking about the conceptual framework, then you have to mention that how the research paper actually concluded that this should be the conceptual framework. So you might be giving some references from its own literature review that they chose these variables because of these references. And then you give the conceptual framework there. Give a diagram of it. Then you move on to methodology. What methodology was used by same industry. Review the case studies of different companies but same industry. Yes, same industry is good, but even if not the same industry, still it should be the same topic. For example, you talk about segmentation in FMCG, segmentation in pharma, segmentation in confectionery. and you combine all these three because all of them has common segmentation. I talked about reviewing the case studies of different companies. As far as I remember, I told about research papers. Okay, let's do this. You have an option to review either 3 case studies or 3 research papers. Okay, let me check in the classwork as well. 3 case studies. Okay, so you can take 3 case studies or you can take 3 research papers. Yeah, I've seen it. It says case study, so you can take case study, no problem. Okay, so you take 3 case studies. If you take research paper, then you have to give these 3 things. If you take case studies, then first you have to introduce the company. Yeah, you can choose a research paper as well. But if you have case studies, then you mention the same thing. You give an introduction of the 3 case studies that you are going to review and where they were published, and then you start with the first one. Then you talk about what company it is, the background of the company, a small paragraph on the background of the company, what main problem was discussed in the case study. When we are talking about case study, you always start with the problem. Then you go for the solution, what the company did to solve the problem. And lastly, you mention the result, what happened. When they tried to solve the problem, how did they solve the problem, what did they achieve. So 3 things. Again, for the case studies, it starts with the problem, solution, and then result. And the research paper, you take a conceptual framework, methodology, and findings. So once you've done these 3 case studies, you've discussed the problem, you've discussed the solution, and you've discussed the result. Once you've done that for all the 3 case studies, then you write a conclusion. And on the conclusion, you take up the learning from all of these 3 case studies. What happened and how do you combine the learning? For example, you say that one company did some research in advertising, and another company did some another kind of research in advertising, and that their case study. So you combine both methods, and you say that we understand that this kind of research is good for these kinds of companies. This kind of research is not good for these kinds of companies. Whatever you learn about something. Case study about a new product launch. Yes, if you're choosing a case study about a new product launch, then it should be 3 different case studies about new product launch. Then you combine the learning that you get from these 3 case studies and combine them into one report. Okay. now I'm giving you another link um, for review before on case study. Okay. और लिंक भी मैं दे रहा हूँ आप लोगों को. For some more links to help you, but the main method would be to see what the case study is all about. How is it? You have to. It's not necessary that you find these headings of problem statement and solution right away. So you have to find out, read the case study, and then analyze what the problem initially was, how and what the solution was, and how did it benefit or harm the company. And then you take up that learning, and then you compare these three case studies, and you make a conclusive paragraph on it. That understanding by these three case studies, we come to these conclusions. Then finally, when you have done that, then you make a summary of whatever you have written in the whole report, and that summary of about 100 words should be at the top of the report. So once you've done that, then you can submit that report. If you are using infographics, that's good because it helps to make your case stronger. Try to use infographics, try to use anything that can help you graphs and any kind of those things. You can also make use of your own literature to refer to these case studies. Also, you can, it's not really necessary that you only take 3 case studies. You can take even more than 3, but you have to have at least 3 case studies. So once you've done that, then you have to submit the report, um, make sure that your report contains your name, and every single individual student has to submit the report individually. You have to make your report as a group. You will make your report as a group, but you will submit it individually, which means once the report is done, then you have a copy of it and you will upload it from your own name. If I do not find a report from your name in Google Classroom, I will consider that you have not submitted the report and you get no marks for it. Even if your fellow members have submitted it, it doesn't matter. You have to submit it from your own Google Classroom account. Okay. So it is very important that you remember this. There will be no submissions if I do not see the submitted assignment in my Google Classroom. So you have to make sure that you submit it. Now there are common problems that students create while submitting the assignment. Number one problem is that they attach a certain document to the assignment, but they do not submit it. So it remains unsubmitted in their own folders. Doesn't come to me, so I will not know if you have submitted it. Number two, they submit the assignment, but they do not attach any file. So if you have attached the file, then you should be sure that you have attached it properly, and then you submit the assignment. Okay. So if these two things happen, then obviously I will not be able to grade your assignment or report or anything. You have to make sure you do these things and do these things on time. Because if you do them late, then I'm not sure if I will be able to facilitate. So there's enough time. You have 20 days to do this. You should be able to do it. Okay. The quiz that I have given you, yeah, I've given till May 20th, which is 11 days to submit a quiz. So you cannot say that we did not have enough time. So we have quite enough time to submit the quiz. COVID-19 what? Quiz? Yeah. Advertising strategy. Okay. So that is that. If you have any questions regarding the review report, then you can ask. Yes. What's the question about the group language? Yes, it is there, but done in list. We are 4 members. Please share the required list. How can I share it here? It's there in the Google Classroom. Go and find it. Why not? Why are you not able? You have it's there in Google Classroom. Just find it. Okay. So 4 members. Um, okay, 4 members are okay, but then you have to do 4 case studies at least. Okay. What this asking? Javeen. So Javeen, you have to have 4 case studies. Two, or if there are 2, even then you have to do 3 cases. 2 or 1, 3, 2 or 1. You get 3 case studies. But more than 3, then you have to do 4. Okay. So another assignment is also due, which is make a strategic 20-year plan for marketing of the country Pakistan. The plan should include what strategies, policies, and actions the government should take to improve the name of Pakistan in the global arena. So this is another assignment that is due. So make sure that you submit that.
सर ये तीनों ये कब तक जमा करवानी है सर?
सब डेट देनी है गूगल क्लासरूम में.
अच्छा सर डेट मैंने नहीं देखी भी हो सकता है.
28
क्या ना सर?
is the date for
28 में
and June 7 is the date for
Okay,
the
sir.
report.
ओके सर. ये 3 एब्सेंट खड़ी है सर.
अच्छा, तो क्या करूं?
सर वो मैंने जो सारी अटेंड की है 3 एब्सेंट लग गए हैं सर.
अच्छा, फिर क्या होगा उसको?
होगा तो कुछ नहीं सर, मैं बता रहा हूँ.
तो फिर तू बता रहा जब कुछ नहीं होगा.
थैंक यू सर.
Okay, so anybody has any questions about the the assignments or anything? If not, then I'll just discuss what we have done. So we have firstly we talked about market-driven strategy. Then we did environmental analysis. We also did capabilities for learning about this market. We talked about market targeting. We talked about positioning. We had lectures on innovation and new products, brand management. We had for product strategy, and pricing strategies, and we did distribution, then we did advertising, and then we did many actually lectures on advertising strategies, promotion strategies, PR strategies, balance scorecard. Balance scorecard is actually related to this last topic, which is designing the market-driven organization. So that is what balance scorecard is mainly about. So we've pretty much covered the whole of the course. I'm just going to see what the other sections are doing, and if they are doing anything different, then I will share those lectures with you as well. But we've covered all these things. You have to see the lectures that are there on YouTube. They will help you in understanding the topics, and maybe if I have some, yeah, I do have some slides. Yes, I remember. Let me give you the slides as well. So, I think I have this slide somewhere on the live.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, uh, Let me just search last time. Okay, so I'm not able to find it right now. Uh, let's see what- Yes, it will be smart. So, yes. think it's not, I think the problem is not working properly. मैंने मिल जाता है तो मैं ऐसे डाल देता हूँ. I'm not going to take up your time. Uh, if you have any questions, you can ask, or I'll just finish it this for today because we really don't have any other thing to study. We just wanted to discuss this. मैंने जो मेल तो गई स्लाइड दूसरी गूगल क्लासरूम में या तो मैं इसको डाउनलोड करके आपको करवा दूंगी. But I'll post it. Post it to you so you will have the slides and you can prepare for the one if you want, but they want to have the lecture. Okay, so just keep on searching and I'll add these as soon as I get there. Okay, so just we can finish our class officially for today, and if we are going to have another class, then I will let you know the classroom. Perhaps we are not going to have our class next week because it might be Eid holiday. I have to ask the our management, but just in case, then we will probably have our last class on 31st. Let's see. Till then, Allah Hafiz, and take care of yourselves. Eid Mubarak.
Okay, sir. Allah Hafiz. Eid Mubarak.
Allah Hafiz. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. To, to offer everybody slides in the link and मिलते जाएंगे. See you guys next week. अच्छे एग्जाम दीजिएगा.